Okay, so I am in the hotel that I stayed in last night, and I made 2 videos while I was waiting in the parking lot for my dog Vita to get out of the emergency room. That was a very frustrating experience. Something hit her in the face last night. After we got in here, we were only 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, to take the dogs out and grab my stuff. But I mean, God, we hadn't even been in here for 10 minutes, and she curled up right beside me, and then that stuff was all in the air, and it hit her right in the nose, and she jerked and was like, and then she just sneeze, and hard sneezes, not like, hard sneezing, like trying to get something out, and whatever was in there did not, I looked and it just was all red, pink and white in that one nostril and not the other one. I think it, I think that when they do this stuff and they're trying to get at me, I'm guessing, and I've been thinking this for a while, because when I fall asleep and I hear things like hitting the pillow, like, I'll hear noises like that, and it's just weird. Remember, I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm not making this up because I can't even fucking figure it out. But, I think whatever hit her was intended to hit me and be able to knock me out faster. I'm guessing when it hits a surface, it releases, and it just, yeah, it bothered Vita for a while. I should have taken video. I was just more concerned with her, and she was just sneezing and sneezing and sneezing, and then pawing at her nose and digging her nose into the bed. And she wouldn't even like relax for a little bit. She was like up and walking around and everything. So there's these things I want to know. First of all, I'm stuffed up already. I took a shower, I blew up my nose. I'm always cleaning out my nose. The fact that I'm already stuffed up is not a good sign. The fact that Miho's face is bright pink like that is not a good sign. The fact that he's just totally KO'd when we spent all day long pretty much in the RV waiting for Vita. And we did take a nice walk, but still, Vita is passed out. I don't see that her nose is like that anymore. She seems like to have kind of, anyhow, her vitals are all good. I spent $600 or so on checking and making sure that she is not liver or kidneys, whatever that was, did not, and just to see where she's at, because it was really frustrating because the vets never believe me. And everything I say has an excuse for them. Oh, well, their nostrils, everybody's got different colors. Well, the fact that it's gone back to the way the other one looks. Oh, it's probably some fluff that got shoved up in the nose. It's like, it's just so, I'm sorry, but it's really discounting to just dismiss my experience like that. Anyhow, I just want to point out a few things. When I got here, they probably had about 20 minutes or so or plus before I actually got to this hotel. I think the whole thing was set up before I got here. The guy that worked at the front desk told me he lived in Maui for 12 years, that he just moved here with his family. And those are the type of connections that they love. They love something where they can just call up right away. So I think where I was at in the room, that was already, they already knew, and the whole taking forever to check me in and having to make numerous phone calls to somebody who just got off work, and it was literally like 3 o'clock in the morning. The whole thing is just odd, and it took a long time to check in, like a long time. Like I'm talking like 30 minutes. It was way over the top for it being 2:30 in the morning. That just seems wrong. I mean, I must have gotten there at 2. I think I asked him when I got there, it was like 2:30 or something like that. Literally, I didn't go to lay down until 4. So it was probably over half an hour that he was taking. And all that's just strange. You know, I mean, 2:30 in the morning, you think you'd want to get somebody in as soon as possible. Obviously, I'm tired. Um, and the fact it was just so prolific in the room. And then what's weird is I came back here and I'm like, I'm going to get another room for the night. And the lady tells me that I'm still checked in. And I came and at a little past noon, like about 12:08, I came and checkout was 12, and I took my card downstairs and I gave the woman at the front desk the card that had my room number on it. I handed that to her, and then I handed the card, put it in the disinfecting bowl thing, and checked out, I thought. So I think that's odd. I think that's how they're getting people to help them to pay for their stay without charging me for it anymore because they can't. So that's just really strange. It just really is. The whole thing. I mean, normally if someone was going to do that for me, let me check out the next day, they would tell me that. They would say, "Oh, you know what? Okay, so you're checking in so late, and we're essentially going to let you stay another day." Which, I'm sorry, I've been doing this for months. No one's ever nice like that. No one is ever like, "Hey, I'm going to give you free hotel time." It just that doesn't happen. I've had where they will charge me less or a percentage of that day, but and they say all of that. They don't ever just say, and I wouldn't even known that I had a room here still. How would I know that? The whole thing doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. So, I'm in a top floor. The fact that, again, that I can't sniff out of the right side of my nostril is not a good sign. I wasn't laying down on that side of my face. The fact that Miho's face is just bright red. It's all just not good. And, yeah, so my eyes feel bothered. They feel like something is on them. So, but, yeah, something's not right. All of that made no sense. And the fact that he just moved here from Hawaii, I just not sensical. Just not, you know, that whole thing. And she kind of was like, well, that's weird. You're still checked in. And I'm like, and then she's like, oh, he's new, he's still training. Yet he told me he worked in the industry a lot in Hawaii and they had to move because it pretty much died in Maui and all this stuff. And that they never closed here. I mean, he had, a lot to say. And, yeah, it just, the whole super long check-in gave them a ton of time to be in the room before I got there. The fact that he already, they kept the room checked out and under my name, that doesn't make sense. They probably don't want somebody going in there right away. Just like they were airing the room out at the Best Western. And like Stumpy from Tillamook RV was like, oh, they do that. That's COVID, blah, 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 blah. I didn't see any other door being propped open in the hotel. None. Only my room. After they moved me to another room. So, so much help. You okay, V? and they're gonna try to learn from their mistakes and try to go slower, try to be less, you know. I mean, the truth is, it's totally unnecessary to have to gas them for hours and hours and hours in the RV, driving. It's like, it's not even necessary, you know? It's just not. It doesn't, it's completely unnecessary.